Copeland here. Going to go ahead and call to order the Operations, Information Technology, and Public Transportation Committee meeting. Today is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. We are meeting in CL and Connolly Council Chambers. It is 3 o'clock. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
And just as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling a roll, Mr. Schlepper.
Here.
Ms. Simon. Ms. Simon is absent at the moment. Mr. Castleberry.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher. Mr. Gallagher is absent at the moment. Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
There is a quorum.
Fantastic. Is there any public comment?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
Great. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 21st, 2025 meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So moving on to matters referred to committee. Madam Clerk, if you'll go ahead and take care of that for us.
Resolution number 2025-0078, authorizing a contract with Root Integrated Systems in the amount not to exceed $1,179,260.50 for service maintenance, support, and hardware coverage on audiovisual conference room systems.
Good morning, council members. Brianna Witt on behalf of the Department of Information Technology. This is a contract this is going to be for all of our AV equipment in conference rooms, public spaces, our media room. Covers 35 rooms across 3 buildings in this first phase. So this will address to the headquarters building, 1801, the Board of Elections and the shared spaces, and the Harvard Garage. Originally the equipment was purchased with CARES money during COVID. It was roughly $1.2 million. This contract to service the equipment and refresh is also really close to that pricing at roughly about $1.2 million. We have Ricky Boyer here to answer any questions if you have any, but that should be it. We are asking for respectfully second reading suspension just so we can get the work going.
Yeah, fantastic. Does anybody on this committee have any questions about this resolution?
Since we're here, I should ask a couple, right?
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for everything you do. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. This is a lot, right? Are these projectors outdated? They're new? Do we need new ones? Because we're talking about support now.
Right.
In all these different buildings, and the 1801 is going to be brand new. So are we buying stuff that's going to be compatible? And what's the
So this is maintenance and support and refreshing these rooms. 1801's a new setup.
Yeah, but it's all connected. Just tell me a little bit about our current infrastructure of equipment and what we're going to get and how it all connects together.
So Ricky Boyer, Department of IT. So yes, to answer your question, this is hardware included. Like you said, 1801 has literally none of that equipment today, but like Brianna mentioned, most of the hardware that is currently existing inside of HQ is covered under this contract. What also is included is any upgrades to current existing hardware. So if there's new technology that we want to take advantage of, we will be afforded that in this contract.
And through the chair, when you say hardware, what's the definition of hardware?
Hardware could be TVs, projectors, computers behind the TVs. It could be anything that's related to AV, broadcasting, public meeting spaces, any of that.
Got it, because when I first heard hardware, I'm thinking through the chair, it's not the monitors, it's not the
Correct.
screens, but it actually is.
Yep.
And that's where the dollar amount can
Exactly.
get high.
Yep, that is correct.
And through the chair, does the Board of Elections choose it themselves? They work with RIT and agree on it?
So
or do you
through-
provide it for them?
Yep, so through the COVID CARES Act building modification plan that we did, we create standards that we are applying to that building. So for instance, in this building, we've standardized on a specific system. We're going to apply that to those same buildings as well. So it's a standard.
A standard, and,
Yep.
but just, through the chair, 1801 is being designed as a blank canvas.
Yep.
So when Director Pilati and Director Dever and Director Johnson all get together, they're going to say, oh, in the conference room, we want an 80-inch TV, or no, it has to be a 60-inch TV, or we want 8 TVs together to make one big thing for.
So we try to design it based on the function of the room. So if the function of the room is for small to medium to large style conferences, then we apply a specific set of systems to accommodate that function. If it's for public meeting spaces, we try to apply a system that, applies to that style of meeting that they're having, but it's all based on what's the end goal that the space is going to be used for, and then we apply the technology for that.
And through the chair, my last one, without being too obnoxious, when you say "we," because somebody has to make that decision, is it IT that says this matches the room, or is it Mr. Pilates, Director Pilates, because he's the boss over there, this is what I want?
Yep.
Or is it Mike Dever, the build-out guy?
Fantastic question.
I got
That
one.
That is a collaborative effort, right? So it's a shared and collaborative effort between the Department of IT, the users of the space, the directors, to make sure that that we're giving them what they need for that space, and then our partner in this, which is Root. So they are helping us design and make sure that the technology flows. We're making sure that the business processes and functions apply, and the two are kind of married together.
Perfect, collaboration is good, but at the end of the day, through the chair, there's one person that says yes. Which department does it fall under?
I would say the standard falls under Department of IT.
I know the standard does, but
But-
if it's an 80-inch TV and everybody has a different, one wants an 80, one wants a 60, Pilati wants an 80,
Then
Andy wants a 60.
And again, I would go back to the function of the room. So if the function of the room and like.
And that's part of the standard.
Exactly. So
Got
for
it.
instance, the space, think of a small conference room, right? We're not going to put an 80-inch screen in a small conference room because that's kind of you don't need that.
It's standard driven.
Exactly.
It finally got to me.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you. One question, so for the equipment at 1801, we don't know 100% what we need, obviously, yet, but this, through Root Technology, is going to supply as built, basically?
Correct.
Okay, so,
So we've gone through some meetings with 1801 and Director Perlati to kind of discuss their needs for early voting, things like that. So some of those things are built into this contract as well.
okay, so we don't have an exact idea, but you have a general idea of what the Board of Elections and what the other departments will be moving in there. We have a general idea what is going to be needed in the building for these departments, and this number here is going to cover
So I
all
will
this
say
equipment.
that this number right now covers 1801 as it relates to BOE and some of the shared spaces. There will be a phase 2 that will align for the HHS side of the house.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
I had a couple questions just about Root Integrated Systems and just them as a provider. Can you just give me a little bit of background about them? Have we worked with them before? Why are they the vendor of choice in this particular resolution?
Again, great question. So again, they were chosen out of the CARES Act that was competitively bid during that process. Through that, we developed the standards, we developed the different types of rooms and what calls for the type of technology in there. They've been a great partner throughout all of that. They've allowed us to do a lot of different remote capabilities to make sure that we're monitoring and managing those systems appropriately. And that's why we came up with a decision for that.
Fantastic, thank you so much. Did we have any other questions? Okay, I move that we were,
Just to keep up the good work, they
absolutely, thank you so much.
have a tough job. When I was talking, their job is to protect it, our technology, protect coming in and stay up to speed with all the new stuff, but also make sure that we want it right now. They have to make sure it works for us. So that's a challenge, and they do a very good job.
Thank you so much. And for people like me that are technology impaired, as you know, I'm deeply appreciative of the work as well. So thank you for keeping us moving forward. I really appreciate all your efforts with that.
Thank you.
So I'm going to move that we refer this resolution to the full council with a recommendation to be considered for passage under second reading suspension.
A second.
All right, fantastic. Moving forward to miscellaneous business. Is there any?
Excuse me,
All
Mr.
in
Chair, we
favor?
need a vote.
Oh, sorry about that. I always forget. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Moving on to 6, any miscellaneous business?
No, we don't. I don't have any. Do you have any?
Okay, very good. I move that we adjourn our meeting today.
Second.
Very good. Let me hit that gavel.
Bang.
Up.